Chapter 2 Karma. Karmas are the actions, works, or deeds that one performs in everyday life. Karmas are very powerful as they affect and impact everyone's lives and are the reason why one is happy or unhappy in life. To live a happy life and avoid misfortunes and miseries, the knowledge of performing karmas in a righteous way is significant to harvest and reap goodness in this life and after. Generally, human beings perform karmas being ignorant. He makes mistakes in executing them in a righteous way. In ignorance, one usually takes wrong decisions as they are unable to differentiate between the right and the wrong and end up performing bad karmas. The fruits of these karmas get accumulated and build one's destiny thereby, becoming a reason for rebirth. The prime reason for obtaining the body is to undergo the fruits of past accumulated karmas. Until the fruits of past karma are thoroughly exhausted, one cannot be free from them. Thus, one is trapped in the cycle of birth and death until one pays for their karmic debts. Shri Sai Gyaneshwari's knowledge is an education to know the difference between the right and the wrong karmas so that one can remain free from the effects of karmas, and that eventually opens the door to liberation and salvation. Sadguru Sai life history is an extraordinary paradigm of how one should lead a human life. Shri Sai teachings is a guide to live happily not only for this life but forever. On the request of the ardent devotee Nana Sahib Chandorkar, Sai Baba delivered these teachings of virtuous karma that was published in Bhakti Leelamrit, a spiritual book written by Shri Dasganumaharaj in Marathi. The core knowledge of the karma has been made very simple, interesting, and devotional for the devotees to understand and reap the seeds of a good fortune. Let us pay our obeisance at the lotus feet of Shri Sai and seek his divine grace to understand the supreme knowledge of karma. Sadguru Shri Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Nana Sahib Chandorkar, after worshipping at the lotus feet of Shri Sai, most humbly requested Baba to impart some more knowledge and guidance on karma that may be beneficial for him. Listening to his favorite devotee, Baba said, "The body that you have obtained is due to destiny, which is the fruit of past accumulated karma. The body will now have to bear these fruits and shall be governed by the law of destiny. Therefore, always remember that karmas are very powerful. They prepare your future prospects. Be very careful about them. They become the reason for rebirth. When the body has completely undergone and consumed the fruits of past karma in the form of happiness and sorrows, then you reach to the stage of liberation. I will now explain the various things that one should do to obtain this freedom. If one person dies after consuming poison, this is not his destiny. This is simply the result of his bad karma of consuming poison. If someone makes stealing as his profession, this is also not destiny. Stealing is the sinful karma of the present time, and he will be punished for the same in future. Whatever is occurring in our life in a normal and natural way is due to destiny, and whatever is occurring out of our present karma is not our destiny. After robbing or killing his wealthy employer, a servant by his wicked deeds becomes the owner himself. Becoming the owner in a dreadful manner is due to present karma and not due to his destiny. Becoming rich is not the fruit of the servant's past karma. This is just his present wicked deeds. From a poor servant, he became a rich person, enjoying his owner's wealth. If he has to go somewhere, he goes in a vehicle. He uses all the wealth and facilities of his owner, and he appears to be happier person now. By killing his owner, he committed the sinful act. This sinful deed will add up to his accumulated karma, and the fruits of this will appear in his next life. These accumulated karma will force him to rebirth. Knowledgeable and intelligent people know and understand this. Others, who are fools, do not understand this basic law of karma. To the destiny resulting from his past karmas, he was awarded the body of a human and the position of a servant, which now remains to be fulfilled in this birth. Now, he will have to reborn to fulfill karmic obligations of servant, and this new sinful deed will be added to the accumulation. In this way, he has prepared his next birth. By doing such sinful karma, how can one attain liberation? After completing the studies, many scholars are placed on various suitable jobs and they work according to their given assignments. Many scholars roam around the world and preach and deliver lectures. Some, after education, open shops and engage themselves in some business activities. Some become teachers and some professors when they start teaching children. Scholars, professors, shopkeepers, lecturers, professionals, though they have obtained the same type of education, still they acquire different types of profiles and jobs. When all of them have studied equally hard, then why do they have different job profiles now? This is not due to their own efforts, but this is due to their destiny. Listening to Sadguru Sainath, Chandorkar became very excited to know further and said, "When a person becomes a thief, stealing and robbing becomes his profession and the way of earning his living. Why must we not understand that this stealing profession is not awarded due to his destiny? Why do you say that it is his present sinful karma that he is a thief, and stealing is by choice and not due to destiny?" Hearing his enlightened favorite devotee, Baba said, "Be patient and give stability to your mind and listen to me very carefully. O Kulbhushan Chandorkar, you are a noble person, very gentle, but you talk childish. Shed your childlike behavior and understand what I am teaching you. Some people are real thieves, but they are not in prison. If they get caught, they get released very soon because of the lack of evidence and they roam free. This is due to their good karmas of the past that they had escaped the arrest somehow. There may be another thief who is caught instantly and locked up in prison, and he is being punished according to the law. Everyone in this world is subjected to punishment according to the law. But why one is in the prison and other is roaming free? Why did the first one not get punished when both were involved in same offense? This is because the present life is under the control of destiny. Due to destiny, one might have escaped and roam freely, but the fruits, reaction of his sinful karma will never leave him. The fruits of his bad karma will chase him continuously and award the appropriate punishment at some suitable time. If the first one is not able to get appropriate punishment in existing life, which might be due to his good destiny, but he will surely have to bear the punishment in his next life, and therefore he will have to take birth again to bear the fruits of his unutilized karma. Present sinful karma becomes the reason for rebirth. You must trust and believe my words. According to past karma, your present destiny is made and according to the destiny, your body will have to function. What I say is true, and you must think very seriously about your present karma. Associate with noble people and remain in the company of devotees. Keep yourself away even from the shadow of immoral, wicked, and sinful people. Don't eat and drink tamasic, sedative or static food. Don't get into unnecessary arguments. Don't be rude and vulgar to others. When you make a promise to someone, then fulfill your promise without any doubt or unpleasantness. God is pleased if you keep your promises. He does not stay with those who are not honest in their commitments. With respect to physical desire, karma, one should only fulfill his desire with his own wife, and the wife should fulfill her desire with her husband only. They should depend on each other and fulfill the needs of each other. Thinking this as their respective duty, they must have a good understanding, pure love, and dedication for each other. One should not be lured or tempted by another beautiful woman or another wealthy man. Too much of lust and desire for karma is very harmful and affects peace and stability of mind. It disturbs the entire body system, and the person loses their power to think rationally. Such people can never obtain liberation. The person who is constantly thinking about karma can never be in a free state of mind, and their salvation is doubtful and out of question. Certainly impossible. Karma is very powerful. It'll never let anyone be stable. Out of 6 enemies, this is the most treacherous enemy and is very threatening than others. It is the number 1 enemy of human beings. Be aware of it particularly. Keep lust and desire under your control. Do not become slave to it. Apply your intelligence to control it. Keep it under your discretion and don't let yourself slip in their hands. Karma, desire, is the biggest enemy you can ever think of. Proper knowledge makes a person intelligent. By using the intelligence, one can differentiate between good and bad karma and can rein the karma with the self-control. To grow morally and spiritually is the main purpose of this life, and these enemies always become hindrance to the growth. People fall prey to materialistic and unrealistic things which happen only due to improper knowledge. One who understands and follows these true words is knowledgeable and becomes intelligent. If you want to be greedy, then greed for the holy name of God. If you want to be angry, then be angry with the unethical and dishonest things you see and observe. If you have lust and desire, then desire for salvation, nothing less than that. If you are obsessed, then get attracted and obsessed to selfless service of God. If you want to hate, then hate and dislike the foul actions and misdeeds. If you want to love, then love and adore the devotion to God. If you want to surrender to someone, then surrender yourself to righteous deeds. Do all that noble and virtuous deeds that I am instructing you without having any thought or feeling of pride and ego in your heart. Listen to the glory of Sadguru that will inspire you to purity and virtues. Always honor and respect true devotees and saints. Honoring and respecting your parents is equivalent to thousands of pilgrimages. Worship your mother as a goddess and a father as a god. Bow your head before them every day and seek their blessings. They represent God on earth and they are the ones who brought you into this world. Be cordial to your brothers, love and support them. If you are capable, then you must help them and support your sisters and make them proud of you. Always take care of your wife, love, and act nicely with her. Give her the respect that she deserves, but don't be a slave to her. Accept her advice on family and homely matters. Don't get involved unnecessarily and interfere in the matters of your son and your daughter-in-law. Don't create hurdles between them. Leave them alone and don't poke your nose in their personal matters. Let them go forward in their lives in their own way. Be friendly with your children and listen carefully to them. Avoid loose talk, funny jokes, and needless humor. Be sensible, respectful, and maintain your dignity. Don't be excessively friendly with your servants. Don't marry your daughter in greed of money to an old man. You must find a suitable and qualified groom for your daughter. Marrying your daughter to a qualified person is always appreciated in the society. I have explained to you what the responsibilities of a man are, as described in Shastras. When you govern yourself and act according to these simple rules, then there will be no hindrance in meeting your worldly obligations. You must follow these simple and general rules in an honest way to fulfill your family duties and responsibilities. To serve and respect the husband is the foremost duty and responsibility of a married woman. She does not have any duty or responsibility other than this. Her husband is everything for her. He is like a Pandarinath, Krishna, and she must serve and devote herself with a pure heart. This is the key of happiness for women. The women who adjust and compromise with their husbands are very lucky and privileged. Women who help and cooperate with their husbands in everyday's work and keep themselves cool and calm even when their husband is annoyed and angry. Such women are like goddess of wealth and prosperity known as Mother Lakshmi. Those women who hurt their husband cause mental suffering and act in a suspicious and indifferent manner are not ideal women. They are not worthy of any respect and relationship. Women must never leave their graciousness. Women are embodiment of courtesy, generosity, and sweetness. Women should not lose their moral character and should not be attracted and infatuated with other males. Neither should they talk in private to them, nor establish personal relations and affairs. Women must always respect and adhere to the family ideology. Even with close family, cousins, and relatives, women must maintain their ideology and dignity. Females are at high risk due to their body structure. They can easily be subjected to molestation and harassment due to the features of their body. Therefore, it is very important to be cautious about their safety and security. Women must themselves observe strict vigil about their own safety. Sheep are unsafe from wolves, so we protect them by putting up a thorny fence around the boundary so that the wolves don't enter and attack them. Similarly, women must also be protected by creating boundary wall of religious and family rules and regulations so that they remain safe and secure. Women should help and cooperate with her husband in every manner. Along with this, women should take utmost care in the upbringing of her gracious children. She must ensure children to grow up in a pious environment that would lead them to go forward in life with strong moral and social ideology. Women must ensure good education that enables her children to become ideal human beings. She must teach children techniques to build good qualities in them, inspire them by narrating past-time stories of Sadguru that may build their strong moral character, which will help them in life to grow spiritually. Women should not have ill feelings for her in-laws, parents, brothers, sisters, and any other members of her husband's family. Rather, she must be very affectionate and friendly to everyone. The good qualities of women must shine all over. Wisdom and virtue must grow, and this should reflect in her attitude and behavior. A woman should accept and respect her husband's family, follow husband's advice, and create a good family environment. She should perform religious activities as a part of her daily routine. These are some simple rules and regulations that men and women must observe. Those who will follow these guidelines regularly will be successful in meeting the karmic obligation and reducing the bondage of materialistic imprisonment. Now, I will tell you what are the symptoms of the state of bondage. Listen to me carefully. It will benefit you. Concentrate on what I am saying. Those who do not know what religion and irreligion is, those who do not know who is God and what His powers are, and those who do not make any efforts to know Him, those who do not have a pure heart and their thought process is impure, such persons are in bondage. Those who play tricks, cheat, and deceive others, those who speak harsh words and are cruel, those who are engaged in sinful activities, such people cannot be free from bondage. Those who do not respect and pay attention to knowledgeable people, devotees, and saints, those whose livelihood is through deceit and dishonest deeds, such people are tied up in bondage to this world. Those who lack compassion and generosity, those who don't have tenderness for other human beings, and those who are not generous enough to donate. Those who unnecessarily keep busy in arguments and criticism, such people are absolutely bonded to this world and cannot be free. My favorable disciple, Chandorkar, understands this very clearly. One who does not return borrowed money and holds it for his own use and for increasing his own wealth, one who is always busy with his self-appreciation, one who insults and defames gentle people, devotees and saints, such people create their own bondage to this world and are subjected to rebirth. Those who try to gain fame and popularity by defaming, criticizing spiritual teachers and saints and pretend themselves as a bigger saint, such sinful activities lead to rebirth. Those who are occupied in social and humanitarian activities with selfish motives to gain status and fame are destined to rebirth. Those who misuse their friends for their own benefit, those who betray their friends and don't stand by them in the hour of need, and those who keep jealousy and enmity with the spiritual teacher, Guru, those who do not believe and do not have faith in religious scriptures and shastras, such people destroy their own self by creating bondage to the world. Those who read holy books only for showing off and do not follow the teachings of their guru, and their heart is impure even after reading these holy books, such people have to take rebirth. Those who create bondage to this materialistic world by their sinful activities, they never get sadgati, spiritual headway. One who creates the bondage, they may remain deprived of sadgati for millions of years. They are forced to take rebirth in the lowest categories of living beings, where they could hardly hear Guru Vani and spiritual teachings, which is essentially required for self-purification and spiritual growth. They reach to deadly hell, where they undergo innumerable tortures and sufferings. I will now tell you the behavior pattern and characteristics of a person who is eager to know God. You must listen to me carefully and have confidence in my words. One who has experienced this world thoroughly in every respect and have come to a final conclusion that God is the only truth and the materialistic world and its affairs are all false illusions and not true. One whose inner conscience is awakened and he had realized that God is the ultimate truth and now eager to find and meet God, such person is a mumuksha. One who desires only for pure devotion and associates only with pure devotees. One for whom this glittering world is misleading and meaningless. One who has given up and tired with the false affairs of this materialistic world, such person is now eager and desire only for truth and for salvation, is mumuksha. One who accepts this body as a result of his destiny and doesn't lament or cry but remains contented is considered to be a mumuksha. One who is scared and afraid to do any sinful activities and who is hesitant to even speak false word is a mumuksha. One who realizes and regrets his past sinful deeds and feels guilty by heart. In the past, he may have been a biggest sinner, but now he will be considered to be a mumuksha. Those who do not want to remain away from satsang and company of devotees, those who always want to recite and chant the holy name of God, those who consider the bodily desires and materialistic things to be like poison and every day indulge in making efforts for devotional upliftment. Such devotees are known to be a sadhaka. Those who meditate in isolation dedicate their life to and for God. Those who sing in praise and glory of God are considered to be a sadhaka. Such higher-level devotees do not find any interest in worldly matters. They don't worry about ups and downs of life and are eager to serve and honor Sadguru, saints and fakirs. These pure-hearted devotees remain in deep love and gratitude of God and are considered to be a sadhaka. One who does not bother and does not differentiate between praise or blame, respect or disrespect, grace or disgrace, and for whom both are the same and identical. One who sees God in everything and everywhere, one who is not at all affected by the six enemies, lust, greed, hatred, jealousy, enmity, and anger. One who willfully follows the righteous path and principles. Such devotees are called Siddha, ultimate human being. One who has a stable mind and does not get confused, one who is free from the differences of I and you. One who looks at everyone with the same eye. One who does not bother about his own self and considers his body as a tool of God. One who does not care about his own happiness and sufferings, such highest form of devotees, is known as Siddha. God is omnipresent. There is no place where God isn't there. But due to the worldly pursuits, one loses the intelligence to know Him. As a result, ignorance prevails in the mind and the person doubt and does not believe in the existence of God. I, you, Madhavrao, Mahalsapati, Kashinath, Atkar, Haripant, Sathe, Kaka, Tatya, Ganesh Bede, Venu, Bhagchand and others, all devotees and everyone else are the same as Maruti, Sri Hanuman and Pandarinath, Lord Krishna. All have a portion of the Supreme God in their heart. Therefore, discard ill feelings with each other and remember that God is present in all of us. If you are able to understand this, then you will find that Supreme God is present everywhere and in everyone. You will feel everyone is like you and there is no difference between you and others. Even foe will look like a friend to you. Try to see God in everyone and increase these kind of feelings and thoughts. Since the human mind is very restless and unstable, efforts should be made to bring peace and stability. The mind is like a fly which keeps on flying from one place to another. Sometimes it sits at one place and then at another, but when it gets near fire, as soon as it senses the warmth of the fire, it turns away and quickly flies in the opposite direction. Similarly, a person under the influence of the glittering world, Maya, is wandering here and there, but as soon as he comes closer to spirituality, he runs away because the worldly pursuits attract and influence him the most. Instead of wandering here and there, if the mindset is not directed to the path of the devotion, the mind will continue to run here and there, and the cycle of birth and death will also continue forever. O Nana, unless the ties and knots of this world do not end, the soul cannot be free from worldly sufferings. To break the worldly ties, we should use this human body, which is the best form among all the living beings. We all must utilize this precious opportunity to accomplish the highest goal of life. It is not certain when we will get this opportunity of human birth again. It is very doubtful and uncertain. You must give stability and calmness to your mind. When worshipping a statue, our senses gather at one place and the statue becomes the center point of devotion and worship. Similarly, stabilize and focus your unstable mind on the Almighty God, who is present in your heart. He is nowhere else. Pacify your mind with the prayers and worship. This will help to give peace and stability to your hostile mind. Without peace and stability, it is impossible to know and reach God. Without mental stability, it is not possible to get liberation from the materialistic world. One must read and understand the spiritual and sacred books and follow the knowledge in everyday life. In all the subjects of study, spiritual knowledge is the most significant subject. This is like Brahma, a supreme god, in all the deities, and Sumeru, biggest mountain of heavens among all the mountains. One who engraves spiritual knowledge to this heart, liberation itself walks up to him and God bows down and willingly fulfills his spiritual desire. It is very difficult for many to obtain spiritual knowledge due to the large amount of efforts required to study and understand it. I will now tell you the simple and easiest way to achieve salvation. Maruti, Haripant, Bede, Kaka, Tatya and all devotees must listen and follow this easiest way to salvation. Every day, seek darshana and obtain blessings of Siddha Purusha, self-realized saint, and follow his instructions, which will guide you to the righteous path to grow and progress in devotion. He will keep a vigil on you, and with his blessings, you will earn lot of virtues and wisdom. By the eve of your life, your inner self, soul, will be pure and it will remain awakened. At the end of life, when you are sure that death is certain, don't keep any desire in your mind. Surrender yourself completely to the lotus feet of your Guru and just concentrate on him continuously, without any other thing in your mind. Whoever is your Guru or God, just remember and recite his holy name repeatedly. If you happen to leave your body in love and devotion of God, salvation is assured for such devotee. Very recently, Banu from Bodhgaon has been liberated like this. Similarly, Ambedkar and Benu will also be attaining salvation due to their endless efforts to acquire Atmagyan, spiritual knowledge. You being my children, I will always guide you, protect you, and continue giving you directions for your well-being. Listening to the true and practical knowledge of karma from Sadguru Shri Sai Chandorkar folded his hands in gratitude and bowed his head down to the lotus feet and said, O Parabrahmamurti, O Guru Gambhira, O Mahasiddha Yogi Raja, O Karunakara, you are our mother and father. You are very kind, and you are the one who can take us across the ocean of this mysterious world. We are all ignorant ones. Please hold our hands and take us to the righteous path, the divine knowledge of karma that you have imparted today. The light of this knowledge will enlighten us. We request you to continue giving us more and more knowledge and bless us with your kind grace and mercy. Shri Sadguru Sainath Arpanavastu Shubham Bhavatu.